Welcome to Pursuit Bow Hunting. Today is August 24th and I'm out here today on one of the two pieces that I'm going to be primarily hunting this upcoming deer season. Here in Missouri, we're getting ready to start September 15th, so I'm going to be out here today. I got one camera that went down, so I'm going to put new batteries in it, make sure my presets are all cleaned up, shooting lanes ready to go, and possibly deploy another camera as well as make a couple mock scrapes. So stay tuned. All right, I'm in spot one, and if you follow my channel, you would have known that back in April, before turkey season, I set the spot that I'm in now up and came in and cleared some shooting lanes. Of course, things have obviously grown up, but I still have a couple shooting lanes. If you're new to the channel and this is the first video you've ever seen, first, if you could like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. So a little bit about this spot. I've hunted this spot for 2 other seasons, and there's one particular buck in here, and I'll show a picture of him, that I have hunted, and the past 2 seasons I have either not had a shot on him or last season missed him. I used to hunt about 10 yards behind me, but everything was moving where I'm at now, and I'll flip around and kind of show you the layout. But basically what I have is I have a creek about 10 yards from me with thick bedding on a hillside to my south, and then to my, to my south, and then to my north, right over here, I have another block of thick bedding. And this is a type of spot that's good all year, but starts to get better as the season progresses into late October through November. So what I did is, right down here, I made, in the same spot as last year, a huge mock scrape. And I'm not going to put a camera on it yet. I'm going to keep the camera where it's at right now. And as we start to get into late September, I'm going to transition the camera, because I expect this to be more of a rut, pre-rut, in the rut kind of a setup. So I have a mock scrape right here, and right beyond it is where they transition back and forth from the creek. It's kind of hard to see, but about, like I said, 10 yards over there is the creek. So you can see that is all just thick bedding back in there. So another reason why you should come in right before season, I get it, you do disturb the deer a little bit, but you know, all around here I've got a bunch of like little vines and twigs that would be loud coming and going. So I'm going to trim all those up, get my entry and exit route cleaned up, so I'm not making a bunch of noise when I come back in here to start hunting, because this will be the last time I come out and get everything set up. So we're going to get this spot cleaned up, and then we'll move on to our next location, and I'll go over detail of why I've got that one set up. So this piece of property I hunt is basically just one giant bedding area. So I have to get tight in with the deer. So one thing I always do with all my setups is clean entry and exit routes. And this is an example of how I like to have them cleaned. I like to be able to just come right in here and just be as quick and quiet as possible. But one example I want to give of why it's important to come back before the season is I cleaned this back in April, and this dead fall right here has since fallen. If I came in here at the first of the season and in the dark, I usually don't hunt mornings early season, but if I for some reason decided to and hadn't come back out here to make sure, I would be bumping around, making a bunch of noise, trip over that. And again, where I'm at right here, I would have spooked anything out of here and not even have a chance. So you want to make sure right before season, I get it, people don't want to spook deer, but it's imperative that you come in here and make sure all your entry and exit routes are cleaned up and as quiet as possible before the season really starts to ramp up. All right, change of plans. I am going to go ahead and deploy a camera on the mock scrape for 2 reasons. 1, I didn't bring enough batteries for the camera that died. And for 2, it just made sense just to go ahead and get it set up and let it run. So it's set up right here. Again, it's overlooking that mock scrape that is set up right by that stand. And we're going to let that sit, get out of here, go over to another spot that I was going to put a camera on, but again, that's fine. And I'm just going to check it, clean it up, and kind of go over the layout there. Before we head over to that spot, I figured I'd go over the e-bike that I'm going to use this year. I've been looking at getting a hunting e-bike for a couple seasons now, and I came upon this one right here. It is a Young E-Scout Pro, and I got it off Amazon. So far I've liked it. It's got a lot of power. I plan on doing a full review on it at the end of the season after I've had it for a whole season, but so far it's been great. It's got the Kendra fat tires on it. It's got 5 different speeds. I think it will go like maybe 25 miles an hour, but it's a pretty good bike. And the major thing is it's not super expensive. I think altogether with shipping on Amazon, I spent $1,500. So again, I plan on doing a full review on it at the end of the season. I just figured I'd make note of it today. And again, if you're in the market for an e-bike, I would definitely go on Amazon and check out this Young E-Scout Pro. I don't think you'll be disappointed with it at all. All right, I'm at spot number 2. This spot, again, if you've ever followed my channel, you'll know that this is the railroad crossing spot. And the reason why obviously it's called that is because right up there at the top of the hill is a decommissioned railroad tracks that no longer get used. And on the other side of those is another block of thick timber. And what those deer do is they just transition back and forth between where I'm at and that block. And again, like the other spot, this one starts to get really good during the cruising phase. There is basically every deer that's on this property I will pick up on the camera that I was going to deploy. I will pick up on the camera that I always put here. Plus, the nice thing about this spot is once it gets late in the season, and I'll show you a picture of this deer, I start picking up deer that I haven't had all fall. And then when that secondary rut comes in, they start to expand their search area, I start picking up deer like that. Again, I'll put a picture of this deer that I have right here, this old huge, I think he was like maybe a 4 or 6 pointer, but I'd never seen him during the summer, all the fall, and then in the winter I picked him up. So as you saw as I was walking in, the stand is in this tree. That's where it's been the whole time. Usually, like I said, what they'll do is they'll cross off that track, come down, and then they will hit a deep ditch crossing that puts them about 20-25 yards in front of me. The deer that I'm primarily after, I did miss him 2 seasons ago. It was just no excuses other than I just clean missed him. But he did exactly what every deer does. It was like November 16th. He came from the neighbors, crossed them tracks, following 2 does, and followed their trail right down to where that deep ditch was at, and I just missed him. So this spot is a good spot. I'll come back in once I have batteries, set up a camera on here. But I just kind of wanted to show you again, here are the tracks up here on the other side. It's a lot like what's right here, just a bunch of thick, nasty overgrow with some mature trees. They come off that hill, work their way down, come right here, and it usually puts them, like I said, about 20-25 yards from where I'm at. So, oh, and another major nice thing about this is on their side, there's 2 cow pastures, so it pinches everything down. So it's very easy to know where they're going to move at through here. So right there, as you can see, that's where they come and go from. Right there, hop that fence, and then they just work this path, this trail right here. And where I put my camera, and where my camera will go, is in that tree right there. And as you can see, they just come around, loop right here on this trail, and then it puts them right in line. Perfect open shot at that stand right there. That's going to do it for this video. I got those 2 spots set up. Got a couple mock scrapes, got a camera deployed, so I'm looking good. If If you haven't gone out and done any of that yet, I suggest that you get on it. Like I said, here in Missouri, we start September 15th. Some are right around the corner as early as September 1st. So if you could, please go back, like, subscribe. I'd appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.